So, in your application, you are achieving the 100% code coverage, right?
Yeah.
So, what about the database related test cases? So, suppose your code is calling the database, creating a DB, then I mean not creating, but fetching some value from the DB. So, how will you mock that?
Okay. So not I am saying that all sorry.
Hmm.
So here the repository part we are not including into the coverage. The first one thing we will be putting the focus on the implementation part, the service layers. That should be the 100%. Okay. The repository part that we are completely mocking,
Hmm.
and we are skipping from the JUnit coverage. So here, whatever the service layer want to put the data or push the data, pull the data from the database, that you will be putting here. As I said, my my microservice, as my team was working, that resource, that application microservice, that is not directly establishing connection to the database, that is calling through the another microservices
Hmm.
only. So with this, what we are doing, if even though the coming to your questions, if I'll take it as the my application or my microservice application that is having directly connection with the database, then definitely you can mock that data, whatever you put in the data, by executing the database queries, whatever the data you're getting from the query result, that you can put it into some files, or the test data or to the test resource files, that you can read it as a response.
Hmm. So, are you using like for test purpose? Do you have experience working with in-memory databases?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one?
H2.
S2DB. Okay.
Yeah.
So in if like in Hibernate, can you explain me what is lazy loading?
Okay. So lazy loading means that the data or the resource you want to pulling, that will be the what I can say. How can I? Okay, the lazy loading is that it will be providing the data at the time of execution only, not by the time of context loading or something.
Okay.
So it will load the data whenever required. In short, I can say.
Okay. Have you like used cache in Hibernate?
We are not using any caching method because of some security policies issues,
Okay.
but you can use that caching
Mm-hmm. Okay.
with different caching mechanisms.
So in so are you also using HQL on some criteria based or anything query language related to Hibernate? Or I mean I want to understand. So in this project you are working with Oracle, right?
Yeah.
So previously you worked with Hibernate or
Yeah,
in
here
this project itself?
in this and the previous also, the here we are using the JPA.
Okay, okay. So are you writing HQLs or you are writing SQL and then executing them with the help of Hibernate?
No, we are using directly the Hibernate entities.
Hibernate entities. So are you like also using mapping techniques over there?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Can you elaborate mappings in Hibernate?
Mapping is the associations, how
Yeah.
your table will be compositing. So like there will be the relation between the one to many, many to one, and one-on-one relation. So
Mm-hmm.
that we are putting into the just JPA by using the annotations again.
Okay.
You want me the structure or the the concept only?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. What type of IDE you have used?
Currently, we are using the IntelliJ with the
Hmm.
license one.
Okay, okay, great. Oh,
I do use the Eclipse, but previously, before 2 3 years back.
okay. That means you have a good like hands-on on IntelliJ.
Yeah,
You are using it for last 3 4 years,
three
3 years.
3 years. Yeah,
So can you tell me the difference between truncate and delete?
delete. Its record is getting deleted, but that index will be
Mm-hmm.
the remaining the same. Truncate means the complete. The index will be the reset from the database.
Okay. Do you have experience working with Java 8?
Yeah,
So what is the difference between map and a flat map?
flat map. I not ever use map. I can know that. seriously, I don't use that, so I cannot comment on this flat map.
Flat map, okay. Okay. So are you like uh, using Java 8 in your current project or some other
Yes,
version?
Java 8. Java 8.
Okay. So if I ask you like to give me the logic to code, how do you do that? So I like can you tell me to print I have a string, okay, and you need to count the occurrence of every given character in that string. You need to just tell me the logic. How do you do that?
Okay, so you're saying that you'll be having the input as a string. Like if I'm taking the Ashish Sharma as a string, and you want me to count the number of characters in that string.
Yeah.
Okay, so simple. This is your string as an input. Then convert this string into the two character array. That will be providing you the array of characters into that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can find the size of that array. String to character array conversion.
These projects are Maven projects, right?
Yeah,
So what is the use of this POM file apart from dependency? Yes, we store dependencies, but apart from dependency, what are the things we'll do?
apart from dependency. So mainly the reason we are putting the dependency inside that, then other than if you want to configure the repository from where you are pulling or downloading this jars or the what we can say the resources, that configuration you can put into that. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
for our mastercard we are having the separate repository. There will be putting the scanned or the approved the versions of jars only, so that we are pulling from the our mastercard repository. So that configuration we are putting into the bomb files. That is the one purpose.
Okay. So you store plugin. I mean, you add plugins as
Plugins.
well. Plugins
Yes,
in
yes.
form, your
Yeah,
POM. You
yeah.
give the versions of your uh, application and
Yes.
dependencies. Yeah, that will be covered in
So
dependencies.
one dependency, then the second one is the plugins,
Uh,
and third, if we want to put the configurations or restrictions, access policies
yeah,
on
yeah,
the any
correct.
third-party plugins, and the fourth one for the build purpose, the
Yeah.
resource or the jar application you want to convert into the runnable jars. That configuration you can put it into the form again.
Okay.
So if suppose my application name is XYZ, and if I want to generate that application jar into some what we can say the Mastercard runnable jar something.
You are having your application on Spring version, which is something like 2.3 or something. Okay.
2.3 here.
And your project has some dependencies on some other project. So like you have some project called model project or a central project which is used by everyone.
Mm,
Okay, and that central project, I mean, let's call it a model project, which is because models are used in every project.
mm,
So that model project is using right now Spring 2 2.3 or something, the same version which your application is using. And now
okay.
what you are doing, you are moving your application, you're upgrading your current application from 2.3 to some latest version 5 or something.
Mhm.
So now you are getting conflicts because of the dependencies. How do you resolve that?
Okay. The first you will go with the Spring, the versions, what we can say that the Confluence pages or the wiki. First, we can compare what is there in the 2.3 and what is there in the 2.5 and what are the classes get updated. So that conversion or the difference you need to first figure out and pull that data before you start the upgrading. So
Mm-hmm.
that is your first exercise. Let's say there is some classes that is deprecated in the 2.5s. So this XYZ, if I am deprecating, whether I am using that class into my applications,
Mm-hmm.
that analysis you need to do first. That is provided on the Spring Wiki, where you can compare the two versions. What is the differences? What are the classes deprecated? What are the additional things get added into that new versions? So that analysis first you need to do. Then uh, try to first minimize your the what the complete implementation into the pieces. Like if I'm changing this for this only, then first go with only the single dependency, the impact, to analyze the impact of this particular dependency, how much classes are breaking and what functionality is breaking. You will know, definitely will know, get to know that whenever you will build it application, you will be getting the errors or the test case failures or the class deprecation or something. So uh, try to put your exercise on the single pieces of dependencies and find to check whether that impact is big or how we can handle that. That comes into another pictures, or try to find whether that still that lower version will get support that functionality of that dependency.
And how you are deploying your applications?
Jenkins.
Jenkins build pipelines.
Yeah.
And suppose you have a situation that in your application properties you need to store passwords, maybe DB related thing, related passwords. Okay.
Where you are storing
In application properties.
passwords.
Yeah.
uh, okay,
The, I mean,
considering your point only, but we can't store as a policies or something
yeah, yeah.
the password. Okay, so
Yeah, we I understood that, but
for
in this scenario, in hypothetical situation, we are storing passwords. So, uh, do you know any way to ensure that passwords are hidden?
in property files,
Yeah.
you want to hide the. Okay, then one approach I can provide you, just you can use the conversion techniques to convert it into the hash codes or some things,
Yeah.
or the conversion logics. You just what we can say, encrypt it,
Hmm.
encrypt those passwords into the property files so that it is not easily readable.
Mm-hmm.
That one way you can do. Other thing, the you can put the access rights on that property file. The only this role or this user can only be access it. I mean, I'm saying in the repository. Okay,
Okay.
if you are putting into the properties as a password, the other, the mainly thing I can provide the solution as you can encrypt it.
Okay. So suppose you have a hash map. Okay. That is containing key value pairs.
Hmm.
Okay. Pairs like name and uh, name of the book and price of the book. Okay.
What
So
is key here?
key is name of the
Okay,
book.
okay, name I can take.
Okay.
Okay, what is the value?
Value is price.
Okay,
So you want to delete all the books whose price is greater than 100 rupees.
greater than 100 rupees.
Yeah. So how do you do that? In if you do that in Java 8, that will be very good.
Okay, the key and value, there will be the name and the prices are there. Okay, 100 P is 50 or C something, 200 D is 500, and you want only delete the books which
Yeah.
are having price more than 100 rupees.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the Java 8 you filter out first the books which are having the price higher than 100. Post filtering, whatever the data will be returning, you can simply delete it
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing by using the stream classes and
Okay. So can you use
filter it.
stream with map?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So how?
Yeah, talking on the map there, the book name and the prices. We are trying to delete
Yeah.
the books where we are having the more than 100 rupees as a price.
Okay. Okay. You'll do that with the Java 8.
Yeah, see, you can filter it out, and then whatever the collection you will get into as a response, then you can delete from there.
Stream you will create of Java 8 of the values.
Mm.
Okay. And then what will you do? Filter it out.
Okay, so first you can take the map entry set, map dot entry set, and then filter it out with the stream.
Hmm.
Filter out the where the price of that book having the greater than 100 rupees. So that collections you will get, and that collections you can remove it, or you can take it, those whatever the result into the keys, and that keys you can delete from the main collection.
Okay, so I think I have done from my side. Do you have any questions?